Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Noah back again with another YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. Hope you guys are doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality, aka Noah's Ark, right? I want to come on here to kind of talk about the importance of letting go. Right, a lot of us hold a lot of extra weight on our shoulders that we don't really need to that we don't really need to carry, right? A lot of us are carrying, whether that is guilt, whether that's stress, whether that's frustration, right? A lot of what we actually carry can easily be dealt with if we just let go. You see, and this is why I come on here today, because I want to talk to you guys about the importance of letting go. You see, I want to tell a story about what happened to me a couple days ago. I was going with my mom to get a money order, and one of my former friends worked there. He still works there to this day, but he works there, right? And I see him every once in a while. We used to have a really good relationship, right? But there was a point in time where a lot of his insecurities were coming out because he was becoming a bully. And it was just a reflection of how he actually felt on the inside. And that relationship taught me a lot about myself. You see, a lot of people who come into our lives are actually lessons to us, and they each have something to bring. Whether you didn't get along with them super well or whether you had a really good relationship, each person who you meet in your life is there to teach you a lesson in some form. And he taught me a lesson, right? He showed me a lot about myself that I didn't actually notice while being in the relationship, right? But, I had to let him go. I had to kind of cut him off because he wasn't doing anything good in my life. He was very negative, and so I had to let him go. I had to cut the relationship short. Now, like I said before, he works at this store that me and my mom were going to get this money order, right? I had forgiven him, right? I had let go of the relationship. He wasn't even on my mind, really. Like, I never really even thought about him. I had let go of the relationship, right? I had forgiven him. I understood that he served a purpose in my life, right? So I was in a way grateful for him. But I never really let that relationship affect me after I cut him off, right? Because I kind of just was able to let go. Now, when I went up to get the money order, he was actually there. He was actually the one at the register, and there was a little bit of a line, and so I could see him communicating to the other girl who was there with him, and I didn't really know exactly what he was saying, but it seemed like he wanted to make sure that she was there so that he didn't have to take me or my mom, and when we went up there, it ended up being me and my mom with him. He was the one doing our money order. And the whole time, I noticed that he was very uncomfortable in this situation. Because I'm not going to lie, at first, whenever I saw him, I was like, oh man. Like, this guy, I don't really, he's not really my friend anymore. But then I realized that, like, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? You've already let go of this relationship. And so, at that moment, I was okay with it. And so me and my mom are getting this money order, and the whole time he kind of is not really, he looks very uncomfortable. And so he hands me the money order, and I say, thank you so much. When I say that, there is a level of very uncomfortability in his eyes. And he kind of just looks down, he looks the other way when I say thank you so much. You know, and like I said before, I really wish this guy the best, right? I explained that story to you because there was a level of him that he was still carrying within the relationship, right? He knew who I was. And he understood the dynamic of the relationship. But he was still holding on to grief, right? He was still holding on to anger. And there was aspects of that relationship that he was still holding on to. And I could tell just by that one simple interaction, right? And I was talking to my mom about it, and I was saying that, you know, you're not only doing a disservice to the other person by kind of treating them that way. Not like he did anything wrong in that situation, right? I understand why he was uncomfortable. But you're ultimately doing damage to yourself. Right? Whenever it is that we're holding on to relationships that we have let go of or that we want to let go of, right? If we're in toxic relationships or relationships that aren't serving us, and we just let go, right? Sometimes it's hard for us to let go because they were such a big part of that person's life, right? But the more important thing is, when you hold on to grief, when you hold on to anger from certain relationships, right, you end up attracting someone who is of that same level, right? Someone who is angry, someone who has resentment towards you, right? You end up attracting these people into your life because you haven't let go of the situation, right? If you don't learn from the relationship, then you end up meeting people who are actually a lot like the relationship that you were in before. And this was kind of a theme in my life, right? He was my friend. So funny thinking about this, but he was my friend, and then shortly after I cut him off, I still hadn't learned my lesson, right? And so I ended up dating a girl who was a lot like him, you know, very toxic and had a lot of struggle within her life. And it was until I realized that, you know, I lacked boundaries. That was the big lesson for me. I didn't have boundaries. I would do a lot of the things that I didn't really want to do because I thought that it was doing good for that person, right? And so this is the importance of letting go. You see, a lot of us are holding on to guilt and to resentment that we don't need to be. And if you are, you know, holding on to resentment from a relationship, understand that that's only going to do you more damage. And something that you can do to practice letting go is understanding, right? A lot of the resentment that we hold for other people, that person probably is going through a lot. You know, that person probably struggles with a lot of mental battle within their life. You know, they probably think of themselves as very not worthy of love, not worthy of money, right? Not worthy of whatever it is. And they probably have very low self-esteem. And so we have to come at these relationships with understanding and understand that they're doing the best that they can. And so I want to end this video by saying that if you are holding on to negative emotions from a past relationship, I want you to let them go, right? Forgive yourself by forgiving that other person, right? You're doing yourself a lot more damage than you're actually doing to that person, because that person probably isn't thinking a lot about you, right? And if they are, then they still have to let go of your relationship with them as well, right? But I want to really send a message that to anyone holding on to a specific person or a specific situation in their life, to let go, right? When we let go, we end up becoming free, and we have room for a whole bunch of new energies and new relationships within our life once we let go of the old, right? Letting go of limiting belief systems and patterns within our life. Letting go of limiting relationships in our life, right? Relationships that aren't serving us. And understanding that when we let go, we're doing both you and the other person the service. Right? Because you're not meant for that person isn't meant for you. And so I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had so much fun recording it. It's such a beautiful day outside. It's a little bit earlier if you could hear in my voice. I woke up a little bit ago. I usually record these a little bit later, but I like recording them early. So I'm gonna try to keep doing that. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, thank you guys so much for watching. One more thing before I end it. If you want to boost your immune system naturally and you want to gain a lot of natural energy without the crash, then you can check out these amazing medicinal mushrooms. It's a blend of 100% organic, USDA certified ingredients, as well as the whole fruiting body of the mushrooms. And I also have the ultimate elixir, which is 4 of the 8 mushrooms that are in the mushroom blend, plus 20 different superfoods as well. And I would love you guys to at least check it out. Click my link in the description. They're the best wellness products that I've ever had. And you can get up to 15% off by doing smart shipping, which means that you order every month. And trust me, if you guys want to try it as well, I will be doing a giveaway. So DM me if you're interested. But with that being said, my friends, you will enjoy the products. They're amazing. They've been amazing to me. They've given me a lot of natural energy as well as boost my immune system. So feel free to check it out in the link in my description. But with that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness. Let go so you can be free, baby.